know you are, but what am I? All right, Nemesis.
Nemesis.
You hated it.
No, I didn't hate it, but it's my least favorite of the 4.
Right.
I did not hate it, but it's my least favorite of the 4.
Randee and his computer screen. It's a friggin' composition book. The computer's not even on. He's trying to block off his fatness.
The fat, that's what the computer's for.
That's why I'm leaning forward. That's why I'm like, why Sean leaning on the table like he is, talking about Star Trek.
Nemesis had me when Captain Picard told Data to shut up. Data.
Shut up, Data.
Shut up, Data, at Riker and Deanna's wedding.
I'm going to bridge this because everyone's seen Nemesis that's watching this, I'm sure. I'm going to tell you why Nemesis is my second favorite Next Generation movie.
Okay, real quick. Can I go over my stuff real quick?
Yeah.
Okay.
Since you only have like 4 things to talk about.
Yeah, but there's a lot there. Finding B4.
Yeah.
And the Mad Max scene, to me, was the best out of the 4 when it comes to fighting and ships and stuff, because they're in that side by side, giving it hell.
Yeah.
Picard is wide open, shows that he loves speed and he loves action.
Yeah.
And he might show that in the old series, the Next Generation series, but I don't know that of him.
He didn't show that
at
all.
This so when I see that,
Picard.
Okay, yep. So when I see him, I'm like, man, I like him more now because I see that he likes this thrill, kind of like Kurt does in the Kelvin timeline.
Right.
Okay, so I'm like, man, this is pretty cool. It kind of, I don't know, it just helped me enjoy the movie more, okay? God almighty, where was I going?
Fight scene.
Oh, yes. Data rescues Data.
Data
rescues Picard with the phaser fight.
Yes.
That was another big...
You're talking about towards the end?
Yes.
Okay.
That and the Mad Max scene on the Sand Planet.
The Sand Planet, next week on Star Trek the Next Generation.
So those 2 sequences makes the movie okay for me. But I'm going to tell you something. I don't like the clone, Picard's clone.
Right.
I don't like that aspect writing.
Nero, what's his name? It was Shinzo.
Yeah, there you go. And they had way too much dialogue. I was so bored between the Mad Max scene and the ending when they had the phaser fight. Now, when they fly the damn hyperdrive through the ship,
right.
That was amazing. So I would normally have rated this movie really low, like a 4 or a 5 on my chart.
I'm looking up because there's like 4 big giant birds sitting
watching there, listening.
See that one right above your head?
Yeah.
I hope he shits on your head.
That would be amazing,
so
wouldn't it?
Anyway, I'm listening.
So those 3 sections of the movie were fantastic.
Right.
But the dialogue between Picard and, would you say Shinzo?
Shinzo.
God,
well, like I was telling you,
boring.
Like I was telling you in the
it was like original Star Trek to me.
Well, again, like in when you like the J.J. Abrams movies, they don't fill in all those gaps. They just assume you know.
Yeah.
So what they did were Shinzo came in the boring long talks and how he was created and all that stuff.
Yeah. Was
building up a storyline that's never happened. So, in my opinion, that was good for the plot because it was, this they're trying to do something original.
Okay.
That was never talked about in original Next Generation.
Oh, okay.
Where Shinzo, where the Romans, it was a whole other plot to take over the Federation by cloning Picard.
Right.
And then he grew up, and then the politics changed, and they decided not to go with that. So, what are we going to do with this little redhead bastard?
Right.
Throw him into the mines with the Remians, which is the sister planet with the bat people.
Right.
So I like that part.
You do, but what about his acting? I didn't like it.
They got a character, and you got to research that actor because he's done some stuff that you've watched and enjoyed before.
Really? Okay.
Yes. It's leaving me right now, but watch it.
He wasn't in Major Pain, was he?
No, he was not in Major Pain.
You sure he wasn't the oldest?
He might have been.
He might have been. White kid, yeah.
And I liked how they explained how, he kind of looks like Picard, but not really. Well, his nose been broken.
Right.
Got to beat the crap out of by the Romulans and all that crap. Yeah. So they made it work. They tried to make him a supervillain like a Khan or the Borg or something, and he never reached that with me.
No, I agree.
He's like, wah. He knew he was going to die before he got the big giant spaceship with a Thoron generator on it to Earth to kill everybody.
Yeah.
Now I like that because that was a badass ship.
Yep.
You know, but I'm gonna tell you what I loved about Nemesis, and it's the cerebral stuff which you don't like. Started from the very beginning. Data is gonna sing to them at the wedding with the blue skies.
Yep.
Never saw the sun shining so bright. You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
oh, yeah.
Irving Berlin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Irving Berlin. I love that song. So when Lori and I used to sing professionally, that would be one of the songs that I would sing in it, and it meant something to me and Lori. So Lori and I bonded to that.
You reminded me of something.
What?
Insurrection. When they brought Data out of his trance, Borg trance, by singing to him. I thought it was a little cheesy. He's flying. Picard's chasing him.
Oh, that was an insurrection. Yeah, because they were trying to break him out of his
Borg trance. Was that not?
It was not the Borg that caused that.
Oh.
It was a malfunction that happened to him while he was observing the people that were on that planet. That when he was cloaked and his head was just floating around.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay.
So it was the modern day general. I'm the model of the modern day general, and they were all singing it to him.
Right.
I thought it was great because the Data started singing it when he was flying, trying to kick their ass.
Right, yeah.
So back in Nemesis, when Data sang that song, and then all this shit happens, and then Data finds B4, puts him back together, and B4 is a lesser model of what Data is.
Yeah.
He had like a port in the back of his head, and he didn't have the memory capacity.
Right.
So Data during the movie tried to download all of his memory engrams into B4, and B4 couldn't. Just like when your phone was rendering earlier, and oh God, is this going to happen? It never did happen, never did show. Well, he doesn't have the positronic network like I do, which is their brain. So all the shit happens. Data gets killed, blows up the ship, everything goes back normal, and Picard's back at space dock with the Enterprise E, and he's talking to B4 at the end of it, and he goes, "I just want to tell you about Data, your brother," and he's playing with a little bullshit on the desk and being like, again, I'm not cutting autistic children, but having this autistic kind of strain in him where he can't focus on things and all that. So all of a sudden he's like, "I just want to let you know what kind of a man that Data was," and blah, 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 and he's done this, that, and the other. And all of a sudden, B4 starts, "Never saw the sun, never saw the sun." I cried. Not like I cried when Mr. Spock died, but I'm like, oh my God, that was the tip of the hat to let Picard know that Data's thing we're trying to download all of his memories into him was working.
Right.
And Data's dead, so now all these fans said, "Oh my God, Data," which is like killing Data was like killing Mr. Spock and the Wrath of Khan.
Yep.
It was very emotional, and all of a sudden Picard starts singing him, and because B4 was like he couldn't sing, he was like, "Na, na, na, na." And Picard goes, "Shining so bright," and then he finished the song. And Picard, when they started playing that dramatic music at the end, and Picard stood up and he walked out of his door and he's smiling. He has kind of like a skit, like, "Oh my God, we're gonna have Data back."
Yeah,
I thought that was the perfect ending to that movie.
Absolutely, I loved it too. But the whole time I'm thinking that it was the B4 that died.
No, that was Data.
I know, but I just kept thinking that they're going to explain to me that. Data's here. But.
And it's sad that we'll never have a closure to all those movies. Yes, the Picard series. I haven't watched the Picard series yet because I have a lot of hardcore Trekkie friends that know more and are deeper into the situation than I am. And I love Star Trek, but I've been told how the whole I could tell you how the entire show is.
God, I wish you would stop doing that and just watch it.
I'm not. People are telling me this. They're telling me, "Sean, don't watch it. Sean, don't drink the Kool-Aid. Sean, don't do drugs. Sean, don't watch Picard."
It's amazing. It's my favorite.
I was warned the same thing with Discovery. Don't watch it, and I did, and I hated it.
Yeah.
Even after my own viewing of it, and and then I watched the second one. I used this word a little bit, but it was bearable. It was bearable, and I'm seeing. Did you see the trailer for third season?
I have not. I will as soon as we get out of here.
They're throwing the Andorians in it, the Tellarites, and all that, and they're in the future, some 300 years in the future, or 900 years in the future, and it's your typical. The first thing they show is a bunch of politically correctness stuff, which they're already pushing that in the damn trailers, that's their thing, but that ain't for old people. Let me get my hat on here. Us old Star Trek fans like our Captain Kirk with a T in the middle of it. I need some tea, Randee.
I swear to God, y'all have gotten together and have decided that you are not going to allow this.
Who
new
are
Star
these
Trek.
y'all? Who are these y'all
Trekkies,
you're talking about?
The old Trekkies.
We're not against
diehards.
it. I want Star Trek. I want to watch Star Trek on Wednesday night at 9 o'clock on the UPN or whatever the Viacom station or whatever. Yeah, television with rabbit ears. That's what I want to see. Like I've done my entire majority of my life.
Have you ever watched Orville?
I love Orville.
Oh, okay.
But it's not Star Trek. It's nothing to do with Star Trek.
Yeah, but it is entertaining and it is like Star Trek.
But it's an original thing of their own storyline. They didn't say, hey, let's take Star Trek and make it a comedy. No. I love the movie Galaxy Quest, which Orville's a lot like.
Yeah.
But it's its own thing.
Yeah,
it's making fun of real people that like Star Trek because they go to the conventions on stuff.
So what do you give Nemesis?
Nemesis?
Nemesis.
An 8.
An 8? Oh, okay. All right. God, it's lowest on mine. It's 4 or 5 because it was just too slow between.
And that's the thing, and our viewers know this. Randee is an action guy, and I like action just like this guy right here. But I like story. I want to be thought provoked. I want to be like, wow, I didn't see that coming. You know, I didn't see before singing the song at the end of the movie. You know,
right. You didn't see that coming.
I didn't. And
the whole time you're thinking he's not going to be anything like Data,
right.
But he ended up showing that he's going to be.
I just thought he was going to be some wind-up robot guy, and then he ends up, wow, there's a chance Data could be back. Yeah. So technically, I'm going to throw a loophole in your Picard. Your Data in Picard is actually B4. Because Data's dead. How do they go around that? Oh, it's Star Trek Picard where they make... I don't want to give away any plot holes.
Yeah, don't.
But realize, wrap your head around it for 1 second. Data's dead. Picard happens after that movie. But Data's in it, correct?
Yeah.
It's not. Data's not in it. It's before.
What you don't realize, in the 4th movie of Kelvin timeline...
Yes. There is no 4th movie of the Kelvin timeline.
There will be.
No, they're not, because they can't get the funding for it. It's not going to have anything to do with Next Generation at all.
I know.
So, Data and Picard is B4. Right there, folks, is number one reason you should not watch Picard. Don't do it.
Golly.
And they kill off such great characters that were from Next Generation. I'm all about lesbians. I'm good with that, but they make 7 of 9 a lesbian. Am I lying?
No.
Okay. There you go. What happened to Chakotay? Did they break up after Voyager?
I don't know who that is.
The gal that the 709 dated the first officer on Voyager and almost got married at the end of it. Where is he?
He's coming. He'll be in season 2.
No, he's not. Because she likes women now. Oh, sorry, Chakotay. This is my female partner. 6 of 9. See what I did there? Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm not knocking anybody. I love all people, but I'm just trying to make a point to Randee.
Yeah,
so
got it.
Let's wrap it up. We've had a really good discussion.
Absolutely.
Don't watch Picard.
Do watch Picard.
But we'll see you next time on... and we're going to talk about we're going to talk about Stargate on our next episode.
Yeah,
so make sure you tune into that. So thanks for tuning in for This is Talking Sci-Fi with...
Just Randee.
And Sci-Fi Sean. We'll see you next time. Live long and prosper. Don't watch Picard.
Dude.